off to consignment. But before I get to the items that I'm going to take into consignment, I just want to backtrack a little bit, give you some information about myself. I am a part-time reseller, semi-retired, but the revenue that I get from reselling just kind of cushions my retirement because, as I've said many times before, when you're living on a fixed income, that's pretty much it. It's not as though you can get bonuses and commissions like when you're working. So I do this out of part necessity and part hobby. And it's considered a business now by IRS because I'm making, I'm transacting more than 200 items, and so it's really kind of sketchy with IRS because they go back and forth, back and forth. They want you to be, I think it's 200 or more goods sold or $20,000. And now I think they dropped it back to 600. I never know until I file my taxes. All I know is that I'm supposed to file taxes. So I do to stay out of trouble with the IRS. Now, prior to this ruling, I was not filing taxes with IRS. I was just taking the money and leaving. But now I have to file taxes. I have tax credits. I have expenses to report. A big spreadsheet. I have to keep active with all of my earnings and my losses, et cetera, et cetera. So those of you who are in business know what I'm talking about. Now, the second thing I want to tell you is that I'm using a microphone. I hope it's working. Don't know. I am still getting used to blogging or vlogging and using cameras and lighting and all that. It's a big learning curve for me. Anyhow, getting back to the title, we are going to consignment. And as I've said many times before, consignment is when you have a pile up of clothing, mainly clothing, and it's not selling. And a lot of this I've had for a year. I've had for 2 years. In fact, I just shipped out something about a week or two ago that I had for 3 years. I didn't even know it was in my inventory. I guess it got buried someplace. So I go to mainly three places in Chicago, and that's Buffalo Exchange, The Exchange, which is down the street in my neighborhood, and Crossroads. All right, so let's get started. This first item is, I think I paid $3 for this. It's an Eddie Bauer jacket, windbreaker. Really nice. I got this, I believe, I want to say earlier this year, in the spring. But, I'm not getting any views on it. I'm not getting any watches. So I'm ready to let this go. Now, most of these items, the women's clothing especially, I paid 33 cents because we have a $3 $4, which is now $4 for $2. We have a thrift store that used to sell items $3 $4 on Tuesdays, and we have another one that sells $3 $4 on Sunday. But I just also want to tell you, it's not easy finding some quality name brand items for 33 cents. It is not easy. You may spend all half a day looking just to find one or two items in that situation, in that event. Anyhow, let's go on. So this is Talbots. This was 33 cents. It's a really nice sweater. Okay, it's got a turtleneck and a drawstring. So I'm really surprised that this has not sold because Talbots is one of those names that normally I get a lot of sales and I get a lot of eyeballs, but I don't know, for some reason, it's just not moving. This is Chico's. Now, I was told, this is another turtleneck. I was told by Crossroads at one time that Chico's did not sell, that brand did not sell. But I'm going to try anyway because it is a turtleneck and it's a quality turtleneck. I mean, I think it's wool, part wool, wool blend. We're going to try it anyway. Crossroads is kind of funny. They go for the hippie, how should I put it, the trendy styles, you know, the Western wear, the hippie wear, the boho, and prints. It's really kind of anything that's like business casual, they normally just kind of pass over. Anything that's like classic, unless it's a designer name, they'll take it. But they're just funny. They don't care about the material like I care about the material. Like this is silk, and I've taken this to them for many times, and they keep passing it over. And this is Garnet Hill, probably a name brand that they do not want to take, but it is silk. So you would think that they would want to accept that. Banana Republic, I normally get good results with Banana Republic. This is another, as you can see, it's another turtleneck. Not the best color, it's kind of like a really light lime color, but it is Banana Republic, and it is a turtleneck, and I believe that's a wool blend. All right, this is a top that is not getting any views, Vera Wang. I'm not crazy about it, but when you go to these stores and they have a $3-4 sale, you have to get 3 items to pay $1. So I don't know what the original price on this was, maybe $6 or $7. But I got it for 33 cents. I had to bundle it with 2 other items that were 33 cents. It's a lovely color, but it is Vera Wang. All right, this is an Xbox t-shirt. I think I paid a couple of dollars for this. They don't, and it's short sleeve. We're going into the winter in Chicago. So I'm ready to let this go. I think it was either $1 or $2 that I paid for this. It's a men's t-shirt with Xbox on it. I thought it would be a good t-shirt for a gamer. That was my initial thinking. All right, this I have to turn inside out. And why this is not selling, I have no idea, but this is Christian Siriano, and he's a very well-known modern designer. He was on, what's the runway show? Project Runway. And I think he's got stores in New York and LA. So this is one of his creations. High neck top. And really nice combination, plaid combination, color block. And I believe this was 33 cents also. I rarely see his items in the thrift stores, rarely. So when I saw this, I just picked it up. I just thought, wow, Christian Siriano. Okay, this is a repeat. I keep taking these joggers back to my buy-sell traders, and they keep rejecting it. I don't know if there's anything wrong with these pants. I don't see anything wrong with them, except maybe the style. Maybe it's just too common. Could be the color. This is Reebok. This is a hoodie. just in time for fall and winter. Where's my hood? Okay, let me see if I can stage this for you. And again, this is something that I didn't pay more than maybe a couple of dollars for. All right. So that's the hoodie. I think it's a really nice hoodie, but you know, Reebok is not one of those athletic wears that people gravitate to. They gravitate more to the Nikes and Adidas. All right, so that's it for me. And I want to remind you that my links are below to the stores and more videos. And I have more vlogging, more consignment vlogging videos that you can go through. And I do show you on the screen which ones sold and which ones were rejected. So hopefully we can get to those stores in the next few days. Also, I'm going to try and list in my future videos what's sold whenever I come back from a haul. And I will be going out, I think, Monday to Unique, which is one of my favorite thrift stores in Chicago, and watch for that haul to come up. All right, I really appreciate everybody stopping by. Everybody giving me a thumbs up. Look for my What Sold videos, my shorts under my channel, and I will see you guys on the next one. Well, we are back from consignment, and it didn't turn out too well. One item was accepted by Crossroads and one by Buffalo Exchange. I went to the exchange, and the minute I walked in the door, he said, "We're not buying." So I turned around and left. But normally he's very reliable and buys a lot from me. But I guess, you know, I'm just guessing that he's probably overstocked and his sales are slow, or he has no sales. Which leads me to my small op-ed, if you don't mind, but this economy is stagnant. I don't care what the government says. We are not in boom times. If you have been paying attention, you know that there are a lot of layoffs. The government has furloughed employees, and the reason they furloughed them is if they laid them off or fired them, they'd be open to file for unemployment compensation. So that's why they furloughed them. They're still on the books as being active workers, and they are working, which I feel sorry for them that they have to go through this, all the federal employees. Plus, you'll notice, if you've been paying attention, not only is the economy stagnant, but very few hirings and a lot of layoffs. So I'm going to link some videos regarding the economy in my comments section. So I don't know, I guess I'll just have to try to figure out other ways to sell these clothings because they're going back in inventory. Guys, thanks so much for hanging on for the second part. And if you would, give me a like, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.